right, it's time to tidy up like Marie Kondo. I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to find out. Holly Sanders, Melissa, Sofia are here from the Avenue Home Collective. Welcome,
Hi,
ladies.
how are you?
Great to have you both
I cannot
here.
believe you don't know who Marie Kondo is.
I mean, I didn't know until you told me. And then I looked her up, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop. I'm going to let Melissa explain it to me.
Good.
And then I will release myself into the Netflix fury of tidying up like Marie Kondo. So,
Yes.
so what is it, first of all?
Well, okay, so Marie Kondo, she wrote this book called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And she actually wrote it in 2011, but it came to America in 2014 and was immediately a New York Times bestseller.
Really?
Yes. So it's been around for a few years. What is amazing is that in January of 2019, she actually started a Netflix series where she visits American homes and helps them declutter and organize their homes.
Oh, it's like a reality show.
It's like a reality show.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I thought it was like a sit-down, like
well,
YouTube style show.
it's actually really interesting because the way that she does her show is it incorporates her teaching all of the basic lessons of her KonMari method, which is her art of tidying up. And it's also a reality show because she's bringing those lessons into people's homes and helping, apply it to their lives individually, which is really interesting to see because, everyone's different. There's like the hoarder and there are the parents who have just toys everywhere. There are a couple moving in together for the first time, combining both of their messes. People who are, empty nesters who are now downgrading or downsizing. So it's really interesting to see, and it's totally created this like decluttering and organization craze that has just completely swept the nation. That's why when you were like, it's a verb, like Marie Kondo is a verb.
How do you really describe tidying up or like build a system around tidying up other than just tidy up?
What's really neat about this is the biggest question. Even my mother-in-law is like, I don't understand why this is any different because decluttering and organization, there's nothing new about that, right? But it's the way that she looks at it, and the philosophy behind her method. When you're like decluttering and organizing, generally the way that people go about it is they're trying to look for things to get rid of, right? So you're looking at your stuff and you're like, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. So Marie Kondo and the KonMari method, it's completely the opposite. She encourages you to find things that spark joy in your life, like things that like legitimately make you happy. You know how like you'll have a favorite shirt and you're like, I love
like
to wear this shirt. Like this microphone.
This microphone makes me happy.
It
Totally.
joy,
So
right?
you would never.
So
So you would keep that.
Yeah.
And so imagine if your life was just surrounded by only things that spark joy. So that's what her art of tidying up is about. It's not about getting rid of things. It's about creating an environment that sparks joy.
But you have to get rid of stuff.
You have to get rid of stuff to weed through the things that don't spark joy so that you are just literally completely surrounded by things that only bring you happiness.
Like this plant. I don't like this plant.
Exactly. Goodbye. Donate.
Bye-bye.
But
Bye.
you
This cup
need
I like.
to treat.
See?
You need to treat them
Exactly.
with respect still. You
Yeah.
still have to
Okay.
thank them.
So
for
yes.
giving.
So clearly you have not learned.
A poor plant.
I'm trying to learn. It's fake.
Wah, wah, wah. So actually, and that's definitely part of it. So there are 6 rules basically. So the first rule of the KonMari method is you have to commit. You commit to the task of tidying up. What's the point of even starting this whole thing if you're not gonna really follow through? The second rule is she asks you to visualize what your home would look like or your space. Because you can KonMari your studio if
True.
you want. So she asks you to take a look at your life and imagine it, and literally imagine what it would feel like to be completely organized. So you go through that visualization process. The third thing you do is you get rid of your unwanted items. Like that box that you've been needing to donate forever.
Yeah.
That stack of papers you don't really need, you just haven't had a chance to go through it. You get rid of the unwanted items, so all you're left with are things that you want to organize. So then you are going to go through all of your things in by category. So a lot of people do room by room, right? Generally, we'll be like, okay, I'm going to do my bedroom, then I'm going to do the kitchen. So she doesn't do it like that. She asks you to go through your belongings by category. And there's a specific order that you go through your items. So you go.
The first one is clothes.
Yes.
Which I know for Derrick, a lot of your clothes spark joy. For yourself and others. So
Definitely on the suit side, there's for sure. The rest of the clothes don't really spark joy, but I can't get rid of them.
that's
I
true.
do need to wear
and
something.
Yes. There's a pile where doesn't necessarily spark joy, but you kind of need to wear clothes because you can't be naked.
It's like my
all the time.
toothbrush. Doesn't really
Exactly.
spark joy.
Doesn't spark joy. Same with floss.
But you
right?
should go and get a toothbrush that does.
Okay.
There is a toothbrush out there for you that you would be like, I love this toothbrush. And that's the whole
And if there
concept.
not then you could invent one.
There you go.
And boom.
But it's true though. You know, I love the philosophy because, I mean, in reality, this is a way that we can take. This is a philosophy that we can take into our lives all the way around. I mean, I literally try to live my life like this, but doing this with your belongings, it kind of does have this side effect of, you know what? I don't need to be surrounding myself with people or things, activities that are just okay. I'm like fine with it. You should be. This life is short, you know. Like we should be surrounding ourselves with people, things, activities that bring us joy and bring us happiness.
So who's our target audience? Would you say?
Everyone.
It's at everyone.
Literally everyone.
So okay. So
Young, old, families in between.
Kids are great.
kids.
Kids. Start instilling this theory of gratitude for what you have already instead of constantly searching for more.
Absolutely.
So, and that's the whole thing with the KonMari method. It's completely different from what we're used to and being brought up, is we are supposed to now be thankful for what we have.
It's like
And-
anti-consumerism.
Yeah.
It's about honoring the items that are serving us in our life, and if they don't serve us anymore by making us happy, we let them move on to help someone and serve someone else.
And that's why we have to thank each
Yes,
item that
so
we
like
do
this
let go.
Poor plant.
Thank you, fake
someone out there
plastic plant.
this would make them so happy.
Okay, make me feel bad about the plant. I get the plant off of the ground. It's fake, but that's okay.
So what you do, this is a perfect example. So if you want to get rid of that, what you do is you thank it and you let it go.
You say, thank you for serving me.
Dear plant, you never truly served me the way that I expected you to. And now you must go. Not like that.
Bring happiness to somebody else,
Please
plastic
bring
plant.
happiness to someone else. No, that's okay.
No, exactly,
So
though.
what you're saying though is sort of the positive way. So like the minimalist movement, this is not that. The minimalist movement is
Get rid
sort
of
of the
everything.
negative reinforcement version of that being the sort of the positive reinforcement version, which
Right.
is get rid of anything that you don't absolutely need.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a huge weight that comes off your shoulders. I have no problem. I can just take stuff and throw it away.
Right.
Stuff that's perfectly good stuff,
Yes,
stuff that people look at and go, oh, but someone might want that, but I can just throw it away.
There's
I don't.
a lot of people that can't do that.
I usually give it. Yeah, I know.
But
I
this
know.
is why this method applies to everybody, you know? It's great for the people who want to hold on to things because of sentimental value, but it's also great for people like you who could just,
Do kind of the same
Yeah.
thing I'm doing, but do it with a little bit better
Exactly.
energy, probably. Because for
Yeah.
me, it's just like, okay, I don't like that anymore. Let's get rid of it. If you don't take it to Goodwill by Saturday, I'm throwing it in the dumpster.
Right. So one of
That's
the
just it.
Listed on
reasons.
Craigslist.
So one of the reasons why she asks you to go through your items in a specific manner is because of the ease that there is to get rid of the thing. So the order that you're supposed to get rid of your items, or the categories that you go through your items in a specific order are clothing, then you do books, then you do papers, then you do your miscellaneous items, which is like, I mean, it's a lot.
Right.
Because then it's your kitchen items, your bathroom, just random things that you use. Then you go through your sentimental items.
Yeah, sentimental items is always last.
Yes.
So you're kind of
Last,
like,
okay.
Clothes
it's
is
like the
easiest.
snowball effect.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting through all these clothes. It's super easy. You're not emotionally tied to it, most of it, and then you kind of like just keep going.
Although some people are. I just watched an episode where this lady just, like every jacket, every shirt, she's like, I can't, this person, I wore this and went to lunch with this person. Yeah, it's like, it's serious. But it's really interesting to watch in the show how she encourages people, you know, well, that's great if it sparks you joy, but what's your ultimate goal for yourself in your life, you know? Does it match, does keeping all of this stuff match what you visualize, what you really want for your life? So it's really neat.
There's a macro example of that, actually. If anyone's been to, I believe it is Kensington Palace, where Princess Diana's dresses are. Have you guys seen that display?
No.
Been there?
No.
It's like a stunning display.
It
I think I've
is
seen pictures.
super duper powerful. For the when you walk in, you feel her presence in there.
Oh, wow.
For sure. I had to go back through it a second time.
Wow.
Because it was just like this insane experience. And if you think about her family, could have very easily had an emotional attachment to that stuff and said, no, we're going to keep it here.
Right.
We're going to keep her stuff here for us. But they let it go, and they let it bring joy to other people
Yes.
in a
Yeah.
big way.
This is a spectacular example. So I imagine, I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures, but the way that they displayed these sentimental items, they were probably like, this is the dress she wore with the purse and whatever, you know.
They had a picture of her wearing
Exactly, picture of
it
her
right
wearing
next
it.
to the actual dress.
So the items of sentimental value, that's the hardest thing for people to go through. That's why they leave it last. So the way that she has you organize and keep your sentimental items are in a way that it brings you joy. You know how a lot of stuff we just like keep and throw in a box, don't really think about it. What she's saying is, okay, let's make like a memory box of this particular thing. So I keep all of this whole box of stuff from when my son was a baby. Instead of just having this whole box of just stuff that's shoved in there, it's kind of like you pick out like their favorite stuffed animal, your favorite, you know, outfit that he wore, and the tiny little shoes, you know what I'm saying? And it's in a way where when you open up that box, you're like, oh my gosh, instead of just this like box of like crap.
Right.
So even your sentimental items, you can pack and keep and organize in a way that brings you joy, which is, we've never been presented with an example of how to do this through all of your belongings in your home. It's really incredible.
Is this something that you encourage like home sellers to do before they sell their house or something? Or,
Absolutely.
like,
I mean, anytime
Totally.
you spark joy, so what you're doing is you're creating an environment that sparks joy. When a buyer walks into your home and they immediately feel that joy, you're always going to make the most money possible, you know? And then when you're going through your clothes, you're opening up your closet to be more spacious and neat and organized. The feeling that creates and the feeling in the air in a home like that is just totally different from the home that has just so much stuff packed in. And of course, when people are looking through homes, they have an understanding this is someone's life. But I'm sure you've looked through tons of homes, and there's a big difference. There's a heaviness in the air of a home that is just packed chock full of stuff, even if it's like somewhat neat and tidy.
Personalized and everything.
Yeah.
So I hate to be the Debbie Downer here, but
well, then don't be.
when you are going to sell your home, you want to declutter, of course. You know, go through everything. It's a great time to go through everything. But you also have to protect yourself as a seller. You can't leave sensitive information out all over the place. That includes which step is it where you're going through all the papers?
It's your third category.
Yeah. So with papers, I mean, Marie Kondo doesn't talk too much about papers, but it's
When you say
so
papers, what do you mean?
Literally paperwork.
Paperwork.
even junk
Bills.
mail,
Mail,
Mail.
bills.
any
Just-
paper item, and
I mean, I have boxes. I need a Marie Kondo in my life, to be honest.
Boxes of paper?
I have boxes of old paperwork. I mean, I have, as a real estate agent, I mean, there are a certain amount of
We actually
years
have to
where
hold
we're
on
supposed
to
hold
it.
on to it. But do I go back and get rid of that once that time has elapsed? Not really. It's just kind of sitting in my garage, to be
Well,
honest.
what you might be able to do is, go and put on those boxes when you put them in the box, like
Right. The year.
the date
I
that you
have
can
it.
let it go. Like let go date is expiration date of this box is this
Exactly.
date, and then you can just shred that.
Well, what's really interesting is like, I mean, I'm probably there. I've been doing this for 19 years now. I'm probably there with the majority of it because there was a point in time where we switched everything to digital. So, I mean, to be honest, probably all of that paperwork can go. So,
Yeah, so going back to if you're a seller and you're going through your home, you've gotten to the step of getting to your documents, put all the sensitive information in a pile, you want to shred it. Most of the time you have so much piled up, unless you've been like a Marie Kondo since birth. Take that, fill up a box, and you know what, right now it's tax season. You're probably gonna find a whole bunch of old tax files that you don't need anymore, even old warranties, and if you're really, really awesome, lots of old escrow files.
and we're
You
actually
know?
doing an event.
Yeah, so.
A
So,
Marie Kondo event?
Yeah, we're gonna go
She'd
into
be
people's
proud of us.
houses.
no, the Avenue Home Collective, we are hosting a shredding event at the end of April. So once you get through all of your paperwork, once you Marie Kondo your papers in your home and use up all or go through all of your tax stuff, we are hosting an event where you can just bring us your boxes of stuff that needs to be shredded, and we will do that for you.
We're gonna bring
Instead
out
of having
a
just like that
massive
little,
truck
instead of
Yeah.
just having that little tiny one.
from Costco, 2 pages at a time. Oh no, there's a staple.
There's like a company that does that. I see them every once in a while. They're like, I forget what they're called, but they're like shredded or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's exactly what
So
we're
you
gonna bring
you
out.
could make a list of Marie Kon-Dos and Marie Kon-Donts,
Oh my
I love
gosh.
that.
right?
We're so doing that.
Yeah. Well, we are offering a checklist too.
Yes,
to help.
actually. So
Yeah.
log on to our Facebook, the Avenue Home Collective Facebook or Instagram, and we are going to be providing you with a little cheat sheet for Marie Kondo. You can take with you through your
Nice.
house. That'll help you figure out as you're going through your stuff. It'll remind you the principles that you're supposed to be getting, decluttering by, and also we'll give you the information on that upcoming shred event and give you the location where will it be, where it will be. It's going to be the last weekend of April, Saturday and Sunday.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And it's gonna be free.
You know what's and so actually a point I was going to make earlier was that when I do get rid of things, it feels really good.
Right.
It does. There's a weight that is associated. If you haven't done this, if you're kind of holding on to a lot of stuff, there is a weight that is associated with the stuff that's in your life. And so
Yeah.
the big thing in minimalism is if you just get rid of all that stuff, just get rid of it. Whatever you do, donate it, throw it away, whatever, but just get it out of your space. You will feel this weight come off of
Right.
you. And people get addicted to it. A buddy of mine got to where he had 100 items total. Okay,
Wow.
meaning like pair of socks is 1, 2.
That's pretty
Dang.
amazing.
He had 100, and he took a picture of all of it in one photo where he had his car in the back, that's one item, and then he had all of his stuff here, the other 99 items, except for what he was wearing, and 100 total.
That's amazing.
And he actually made minimalistjourney.com, I believe was his
That's so
blog, and I think it's
cool.
still up, and he made this journey. But so there is something to be said, for sure, I can
Right.
attest,
Yeah.
that if you look at the things in your life, and I didn't think about it as, this brings me joy or this doesn't, I just really, do I need this or not?
Right.
You find that you actually need very little.
Right.
There's very little stuff that you have
It's true.
that you actually use and need on a regular basis.
It's true. But it's hard since it's hard for a lot of people to do that. And actually, the KonMari method, one of the things that you do is you pile up all of your clothes onto the bed. So you physically see the mountain of belongings that you have. And for many people, it's like overwhelming. You're like, why do I have all of this? I don't need this. And you can physically see and feel the heaviness that you're describing.
It's
So as you're
suffocating.
going through it and you're picking out the things that make you happy, you realize that you can be happy with a lot less.
Right. And that's the thing. And because it helps you. And I can't explain why on this. It's an energy thing. It's something that
It's
I
an
don't
energy
understand.
thing.
But yeah, there's something there that it feels good. And so now I have no problem if something just doesn't work anymore, getting rid of it. I mean, how many props and furniture in here have we just thrown away or given away?
Right.
Just, hey, pick it up for free. I mean, how many times have we done a Craigslist free? Come get it.
And what's
deal.
so awesome is that when you release it, you're putting it out in the world for someone else to use and to enjoy. So you're
Nicole likes this segment. She said it's her favorite ever.
because she's the feng shui queen.
She is the feng shui queen.
Yeah, and
no doubt.
she's an expert on energy, and she's up in LA. So if anyone is out there and they need a feng shui expert who is also a real estate agent, she can walk into a home and be like, boom, boom.
And it's a big deal too, like
Absolutely.
the energy you're talking about. So if you walk into a lot of homes that are for sale, just to say listings. So you walk into a lot of listings, whether you're showing a buyer or whether you are a buyer or an investor or whatever. There's certain things you sort of pick up immediately, like 3 steps in.
Right.
How far are you up on your scale of whether this of 1 to 10? Like the first 3 steps in, you're probably 80 or 90%
You know
what
if
you
like
think
it
about
or
this
not.
place.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
In seconds.
I've had buyers walk in and be like, "This is it," and they haven't seen the kitchen,
Details, yeah.
the bedrooms, nothing. But they're just like, I already know. I already know. This is the energy that I'm looking for in my life. It's something that's indescribable.
Right.
So I just really wish people who just aren't open to that would open up to it, because it's undeniable. When you're a real estate agent, you can feel it through your clients' home buying journey.
Yeah, you can feel the way that they feel about the property,
Right.
based on, because you're going and showing them multiple houses.
Exactly. And as a home seller, going through the decluttering and the organization, it's like crucial, because you want them to feel that feeling instead of being distracted by your things. Because like you said, there's like an energy, there's a heaviness.
There's always that anomaly listing, and there's a couple of them on the market right now where it's like, it's a rehabbed house, it's a flip, everything looks great,
Right.
it looks amazing, seems to be priced appropriately,
Yep.
not moving. And the only thing that makes sense is something wrong with the juju there. Like
Yeah. It's
The
people are not
energy,
feeling
it's
it.
the vibes.
I have actually had, and Nicole can actually do this. I've had a lot of clients who have benefited from energy clearings at homes. I mean, it's almost, I've had clients who on one end are like, we just need it. I already know, like, my parents got divorced, it was bad, and they just want the energy cleared, they want the air cleared. I have other clients who are like, I just don't know why this won't sell. Let's try anything. And actually that is actually one of Marie Kondo's little tips and tricks too. It's really interesting that you brought that up, because if you're going through the process and you're having a lot of trouble of letting go things, one of the things she encourages you to do is to literally, her instructions are to change the air in the room. And she'll say, open up a window, light some incense, light a candle, spray like an essential oil spray, do something. And even like chimes, she's like, change the air, the vibration in the room, because
It's a difference maker.
It is.
But for you personally, when you do the Marie Kondo, when you Marie Kondo your life,
You're using it as a verb.
you go, all right, this brings me joy, it stays.
Yes.
This does not bring me joy, I'm going to gratefully release it
Yes.
into the world so
got
that
it.
someone else can experience joy from it. And that's the teaching, right?
Yes.
And what that does for you is it brings more lightness, more joy in your life, but it simultaneously helps you organize,
Exactly.
tidy up, declutter, etc.
Exactly.
Do I get it?
You get
You
it.
totally got it.
Oh, and she's actually started a coaching program. You can actually become
Seriously?
a KonMari affiliate.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people know about
I
that.
did not know
actually.
that.
Yeah.
I think Holly's going to become one.
I-
She looks
Look
very
at her,
interested.
she's like, I'm
Name
She's
here.
like very interested.
Yeah, you can
I did
actually
not know
become
about
a
this.
I don't know what they're called.
KonMari.
KonMarians.
KonMarians.
Just
Well, that sounds like a Marvel
But
planet.
you can actually go through a coaching program where you learn and you become certified in the KonMari method as becoming an expert. There's so much more we didn't even talk about. There's like a specific way of folding clothes.
Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to the subcategories of
Like a whole
Really?
other thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
It
just
could
watch.
be the next.
I'm definitely going to watch. I'm going to have my daughter watch, especially.
Oh,
Because if she likes it,
yes.
then I think that would
She'll
help.
do your whole place.
I think that would
Oh,
help
I have
her.
my kids doing the folding. Yeah.
Really?
It's a special.
Her room
type
is
of
a
folding.
mess right now.
Really?
A mess.
Get her on it.
And I'm like, okay. I told her yesterday, all right, This is the end of the road.
Put the show on.
Perfect.
It's not going to be this bad.
Oh my gosh,
anymore.
my kids are so crazy. My 8-year-old, she loves it so much. She watched it with me, and she would hold my hand. And during parts where she thought I needed to be paying specific attention, she'd like squeeze my hand and look at me like, "That's you, Mom. Like, that's you. Are you awake? Are you watching?" And I'm like, "Gosh."
I thought you were gonna say she's like,
Fine.
you spark joy.
No, oh, I wish. More like, "That's your clothes. Your clothes. Do you hear that? You can get rid of more." I'm like, "What? Stop it."
They bring me too much joy. Sorry. Doesn't fit.
What was that meme that you posted where you did? About the kids.
Yeah.
Now you don't have kids.
I was like, Marie Kondo told me to get rid of all the things that don't spark me joy. Now I miss my kids.
That's totally me.
That's
There's a
amazing.
lot. Just check out my IG. I've collected some of my favorites.
Check out the IG and the event. Do we have a date for it?
April 27th and April 28th from 1 to 3 p.m. And it's going to be in Rancho Penasquitos.
Okay.
Stay tuned
Okay.
because
Not
in
exactly sure
Rancho
where yet.
Penasquitos, but we need a fun parking lot.
Okay. Need a parking lot,
Yeah.
Rancho
Yeah.
Penasquitos, but
Yeah.
it's going to be April 27th and 28th
Yeah.
from 1 to 3 p.m.
You've got
And
it.
everybody could bring a big box of documents and papers, and we're going to shred it for you guys for free. By a professional company, not us. We won't be like one at a time, but so you can watch this big truck eat all of your documents.
And all of the joy that comes from
Yes.
seeing those things just now
When
get
you
off
see
your
it shredded,
plate.
you will
right.
feel all this lightness.
I like shredding things too, probably for the same reason.
Shredding like
You are
waves.
you're gonna text me and be like, "I'm obsessed."
I'll probably start texting you pictures of my house. Check it out.
I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on and getting me up to speed
Yes.
with the Marie Kondos and Don'ts
Oh.
because we got
Hey.
it. Oh. So check it out on Netflix. And if you're down, if you have stuff you need to shred, you don't want to go paper by paper, you have boxes and stuff like that built up, there will be an event April 27th and 28th, 1 to 3 p.m. in Rancho Penasquitos. Follow the Avenue Home Collective on Facebook and Instagram to get the deets. The location is still TBD, but that is definitely going down those dates, those times. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. It's great
Thank
to see you
you.
both, as always.
Thank you,
And
Derrick.
if you want to make your friends smarter than everyone else, share this video. Share the love. We'll see you next time.